Hello guys, I am Lightning Guy and I will be showing you how to make a melee wizard build or battle mage or whatever you want to call it. So first off, let's get into the skills. Primary skill, of course, Spectral Blade. I'm using Killing Blade rune because I'm actually not a big fan of lifesteal weapons because they cost so much. So I ditched lifesteal on my weapon and I used this rune. You could, if you actually have a lifesteal weapon, you can use Front Blade, which increases the reach of the ability to 20 yards, which is very helpful against the ranged mobs in this game. For my right click, I'm using Blizzard with Stark Winter because, well, I'm using the Stark Winter because for the AoE. And the reason I'm using Blizzard is for the Cold-Blooded passive, which gives me 20% bonus against the chill targets. So we will just be like casting Blizzard and then slicing our way through packs of mobs. Defensive skills, Crystal Shell on Diamond Skin, specific defensive cooldown. We will be using magic weapon with Blood Magic for extra lifesteal, since in some of my runs the 5% from the Spectral Blade wasn't enough, so I'm just gonna supplement it with this. Energy armor with pinpoint barrier because I love the armor and I love the 5% crit hit chance. It gives me a lot of DPS. You could use storm armor with shocking aspect, which probably later with a lot better gear might be better DPS wise than energy armor, but it gives the extra armor. And even though it decreases arcane power, we won't really be using a lot of arcane power, so that's okay. And familiar with Spark Flint because why the hell not, more damage equals faster killing equals more lifesteal, so that's always nice. Passives, Critical Mass, I don't know if it's very obvious or not, but I'm gonna use this to be able to refresh my Diamond Skin a lot, since I'm kind of squishy. Cold-Blooded, explained before, for the Blizzard, 20% bonus damage, that's awesome. Blur, 20% reduced damage, melee damage taken, which is really good for wizards, since we don't have the 30% base damage reduction that the barbarians and the monks have, so this kind of makes it up for it. Right, my gear pretty average, with full buffs, 169 k DPS. Actually, oh, I forgot to do my energy armor. Very professional, yeah, I know. So 182k DPS with 43% crit hit chance, 45 crit hit damage, not a lot. Damage reduction 64% with 5.4k armor, which I find to be really awesome. Lowest resist 485 with 61%. I didn't really get a lot into resist. You actually, if you are having a lot of problems, you can get prismatic armor, which increases your resist by a lot. So that's that. And yeah, as I said, I'm not gonna be using a weapon that has lifesteal, just because it's cheaper that way and we get healing blades. You can use a lifesteal weapon, but then make sure you don't get healing blades because, I don't know, it just doesn't seem worth it. And last very kind of important piece of my gear, the source, excuse me, Shantodo's Force. I prefer to use Shantodo's because it actually gives me attack speed, which really helps. Also, I got attack speed on my weapon, which also really helps because now I get 2 attacks per second. So that means more Spectral Blades, more crits, more DPS, blah blah blah. And I chose with increased damage on the Spectral Blades because obvious, more damage, more lifesteal, especially now that this is the only damaging ability. You could get one with increased duration on Blizzard, since sometimes the 6 seconds you actually get from the ability alone aren't enough, and you might find yourself sometimes you don't have enough arcane power to cast another Blizzard. That's not really that important. What is important though is that you have some kind of high amount of armor, because you will be taking a lot of hits. So that's that. And also, if you can get life on hit, that's awesome, because you get a lot of life on hit from spectral blades, since they don't do one giant chunk of damage. They actually do over, I think, 3 ticks or something. So that's really nice. So I get like 400 for almost 400 life on hit, excuse me, from my Zunimasa's box, and 400 from the Blackthorn's Jousting Mate. So I'll get 120 life per hit. That's I guess that's pretty good. So yeah, this is pretty much my gear. So let's actually see how we fare against the Fields of Misery. So this is on an MP5. It's pretty much the optimized monster power for me right now. I'm absolutely sure you can take this build to MP10. You just need to be a lot more tanky. You could use a shield. I think you can get spectral blades damage on a shield. I'm not sure though. I haven't played this game in a really long while, and I just came back. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna use an Archon. I'm just gonna make a build that suits me. So I haven't really tried to search the shield. I was just like, you know what, let's go with the source. I'm sure the source has it. If not, I don't know. If you think you're way too squishy, you can get a shield. It will decrease your DPS a bit, but as long as you survive, it should be really okay. So right now in the background you actually see a bit of gameplay, and as you can see, my health really goes really down, but like really fast. But that is because they do have Plagued and they do have Molten, and apparently I had 2 trees that I didn't know about, which is always delightful. You will die. Sometimes you'll die. This isn't a build that you can take and be like, well, now I'm freaking invincible. No, this isn't one of those. But you will have a decent amount of fun with it. Just because, I don't know, I always liked melee characters in my RPGs, and since I started like with a wizard, because the beta was so awesome with a wizard, I actually used the electrify signature spell, like power overwhelming and all that, and I was like, oh my god, I'm still gonna use it. And it turns out the ability is really shitty. So I was like stuck with a wizard on my hands, and back then I really didn't want to level another character, because I just didn't. I didn't want to waste time. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take a short break, which short break translates into, I don't know, 6 months or something like that. Then when I came, I did a bit of Archon, but I got bored of that really fast, so I took another break. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I recently came back to Diablo 3 like a month ago, I think, maybe earlier. And I was like, you know what, I'm tired of this, of these just standard builds. Like, let's make something really fun. So I made something really fun. I'm really bad right now. As you can see, I tend to die a lot because I'm a noob. But yeah, the build is really fun. I mean, if you get the hang of it, like how you should react and all that, you're bound to have a bit of fun, a bit more fun than just using the same old build to do the same old shit. So yeah, those are my 2 cents. I actually want to find the key warden so you guys can see some of the problems that this build has against ranged mobs, because again, as I said, I'm making a bit of a concession with this rune, with the lifesteal rune. My AoE for the spectral blades isn't really that high, so you will have some issues with ranged mobs or mobs that just like to run away, because you actually have to be next to them to hit them. So that might be a bit of a problem. That might be like the straw that breaks the camel's back for some people. Like they might be like, oh well, if I wanna have to chase mobs, I would just make a melee character. But I don't know. I mean, this is a nice build. I don't know if it's suited for hardcore. I honestly haven't tried it, and I guess it would be. It's a great leveling spec though. I mean, it's really a really nice leveling spec. The damage the blades actually deal is really high for a leveling ability. I think it's like the biggest damage dealing signature spell. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. I'm gonna check it after this. But yeah, this is pretty much the build. It's a bit of innocent fun. If you really should try it if you have a wizard. See if you like it. If you don't, well, that's entirely okay. I mean, not everybody will like having to actually be in melee range to attack with the wizard. But I don't know, it seems like a bit of fun. Also, you will sometimes, especially if you try, you will get lots of like really big kill streaks. Like I once actually managed to get 500 kill streak in this place, because well, you pretty much leave the blizzard like in your wake. So they actually, oh, there you are. So you actually get a lot of like kind of free kills. Those that would actually run, you would kill them with blizzard. So this is the problem that this spec poses. You have no ranged ability, like none. Like your range ability pretty much stops at, I think, 10 yards or something around those lines. So it's really like not a very good spec if you don't have a lot of HP and a lot of armor. But that's pretty much with every. Oh, I'm an idiot, but yeah. So for some reason I'm really bad in this video. I usually don't really die that much, but I'm trying to actually explain, and it's kind of hard for me. It's like the first time I'm actually trying to commentate while I'm playing. So there's that. But yeah, this spec really fun. You should definitely try it. The gear, my gear is like 68 million. Excuse me, 68 million. 8 million. So it's really more of a budget gear. So if I can, if I can make it with this this kind of gear, you probably can make it with a much better gear set, since I know now the gold is really low in price and all the like decent items are really freaking cheap. But yeah, that's pretty much the only issues I've had with this character. The fact that you actually have to like run for ranged mobs. It might piss some people off and they might not like it, but that's something to be expected of. Obviously the wizard isn't made as a melee class, but it's nice to actually have this kind of choice. Also, the reason I'm not using a Fragment of Destiny, although it has 30% spectral or 25% spectral blade damage, is because it's really not worth it. You cannot get lifesteal, you cannot get a socket, you cannot get like critical hit damage, so it's really not worth it. And the max damage for it, I think it's 900 DPS, so really not worth it. Just try, just you know, if you're trying to make a budget wizard, try this spec. It's really okay. Just don't even try to get a lifesteal weapon. Just get a really beefy, fast one-hander with all the crit damage and attack speed you can get, and just use the healing blades. You will get pissed sometimes, like maybe 3 out of 10 times you will get pissed and you'll think about quitting, but then you will probably have fun. So yeah, that's pretty much this melee wizard build. I'm going to upload a few more crazy specs like this in the future. So yeah, if you liked it, I don't know, thumbs up. If you wanna subscribe. If you wanna tell me something that I could do better with this build, feel free to leave it in the comments below. If you wanna tell me you hate my guts for just talking and showing you this footage, then you can again say it in the comments below. I will read it. I will probably get upset and cry in the corner, but that's my problem. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. You know, subscribe if you want. Tune in next time. I will try to do a ice wizard, like ice only wizard. I'll see if I can get it done. If not, well, you know, you probably won't be disappointed. So yeah, see you guys later, and have fun.